What if peace isn't about perfection, but rather about integration? The Bhagavad Gītā reminds us that a true yogi is not fragmented or divided within themselves, but that they are whole and balanced and clear. Welcome to your Monday message. I am Dharma Shakti, your host, with your weekly dose of something inspirational, blending ancient spiritual wisdom with modern day personal development. Today we are diving into a verse that beautifully captures the essence of our inner purification and alignment and what that results in. So the verse is Yogī yuktaḥ viśuddhātmā. The yogi is purified and integrated, from chapter 6, verse 15. This teaching shows us that yoga isn't only just about control of the body or the mind, it's about becoming whole within ourselves. This is like the bigger aim, one of the bigger aims, okay? So let's break down the Sanskrit. It might help us to understand the emphasis or the sort of mission or vision of this verse. Yogi, one who is united or one who is practicing yoga. Yuktaḥ, to be disciplined, integrated, or connected. Yukta, use, to join. And viśuddhātmā, purified in heart, clear in consciousness. So in simplicity, it's saying that a true yogi is one whose mind's heart and actions are aligned, whose consciousness is pure because they are no longer in conflict with themselves, and that they live in harmony within and without. So let me give you 5 key points to take away here. Point number 1 is integration equals wholeness. Yoga literally means union. And the purified yogi isn't free from flaws. They've embraced all parts of themselves and brought them into harmony. All the flaws, all the shortcomings, all the gifts, all the shadows, they bring them all to integration. So how do we practice? We want to practice self-acceptance as a part of our yoga. Integration starts with inclusion, not with rejection. Point number 2 is that purity comes through awareness, not through avoidance. And let me just caveat here for a moment, if you were raised in a religious household, as I was, I grew up Mormon, this word purity can have a particular energy to it, or a particular connotation to it that rubs us the wrong way. And in this context of the Bhagavad Gītā and this particular verse, it's not about being perfectly pure, like you have nothing bad, you haven't sinned, you haven't done anything dirty or gross. It's not about that. Purity in this context is like, imagine a glass of water that is pure water. There's no sediment in there, there's no mud in it, there's no gunk in it from other things. It's just pure water. And with that pure water, there is a purity, like you can see through it. It is transparent. It is like you see it, but you also see through it. So pure in this way, not being perfect or just being only good. Purity in this sense is when we have that integration, there is a wholeness that is there that allows us to see through everything, and we're not like hooked in or caught on the parts that we judge, or the parts that we haven't healed, or the parts that we repress or suppress. So with that, point number 2 is purity comes through awareness, not from avoidance. Viśuddha means clear or purified. And we purify not by running from our shadows, but by bringing awareness to them. So we are going to practice this by practice conscious observation of your thoughts and emotions without judgment. That is purification in action. Point number 3 is connection. Yukta. This requires discipline and devotion. Integration isn't random, it is cultivated through your daily sadhana. So show up consistently for your practice, meditation, journaling, movement, not to perform, but to reconnect. Point number 4, living yoga means alignment between thought, word, and action. So when not just practicing yoga, but living yoga means alignment between thought, word, and action. The yogi lives authentically. What they believe, say, and do are in harmony. We should practice catching the small moments where we say one thing but feel another, and gently make the attempt to realign. Point number 5, purity and integration lead to presence and peace. When inner conflict dissolves, your energy becomes steady, radiant, and at peace. Peace isn't a reward for perfection. It's the natural state of a clear, unified heart. So how can we apply this in our modern day lives besides little tips that I just gave you? In a world that is constantly pulling us in different directions, integration is actually the new liberation. You can practice this by honoring every part of yourself, the disciplined and the tender. You can also do this by speaking truthfully, even when it's hard, and aligning your daily habits with your deeper values. Every moment of honesty, every act of integrity, every breath of awareness purifies the self. Now, I just want to touch on speaking your truth. This doesn't mean that you do it in a way that is without any thought, without any consideration, completely thoughtless, or without a filter. And I don't mean that we should filter our truth, but this also, I know that I'm doing a little caveat here because this comes up a lot when I'm teaching yogic philosophy. People want to challenge this, or I see people misuse this, where they will say something very hurtful, or they'll deliver their truth that isn't conducive or beneficial or improving their lives or the others' lives. It's just a way to offset what they're holding and make them feel temporarily better. We want to speak our truth with the other elements of yogic morals and values also included, with compassion, as best as we can in that moment. And I'm not saying that every time you speak your truth that it's going to be what comes across as compassionate. What I do mean is don't just vomit your energy all over other people in the name of speaking your truth. Speak your truth. Take a stand for those things that you need to take a stand for. Let somebody know that you're upset at them. But do not vomit your energy all over other people to temporarily make yourself feel better. That is a very different act than speaking your truth. Okay, rant over. On to the rest of the message. All right, and as always for these Monday message videos, I like to give you a reflective journal prompt, which you can just think about as you're bringing this video to an end and moving on to whatever you're doing, or you can actually sit down and journal about these. Where in my life am I feeling fragmented, and how can I bring more integration and alignment? What parts of myself do I tend to reject or hide or suppress? And how can I bring loving awareness to those aspects instead of judging them? These are really simple questions to start with. I'm not going to inundate you or overwhelm you with too many questions. I want you to start there. Of course, if you'd like a deeper dive, I will offer the link down below where you can join my Empowered Living community, become a member, and be able to access the deeper dive journal prompts here. Okay, and to leave you with my last words of encouragement on this particular topic, remember that purification doesn't mean becoming spotless. It means becoming transparent. When you stop pretending and start integrating, light moves freely through you. All right, if this message spoke to you, please hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to my channel to catch my Monday messages when they come out. Even feel free to drop a comment below and let me know what really touched you about today's message, what really landed, okay? I'd love to do more of this work with you. I'm doing my best to get these videos out to you every Monday so that you have something to move you through the week and guide you in the direction towards your goodness and your greatness. So with that, let me leave you with some closing thoughts. A purified yogi isn't one who has escaped life. They are the one that is fully present in it, whole, awake, and at peace. That is the real yoga. If you would like to get more content from me, I have many ways that you can do that. You can join my free online community. I'll put the link below. It's called Empowered Living Community, where I will be doing online webinars probably once a week for a little bit. In a while, I just gave my 7 Essentials to Empowered Living. I'll probably do it again. So catch me there. You also can join my weekly group coaching program called The Empowered Way. Of course, if you haven't picked up on it, my whole passion here is about empowering you. Empowering you to live the life that you deserve to live, empowering you to live the life that you dream to live, and empowering you to live in your greatness as you make your way through this life. So again, hit the like button, hit subscribe, leave me a comment, maybe share this video with somebody who needs to hear about the peace that they can get from beginning the process of integrating all parts of themselves. We shouldn't be rejecting parts of us. We need to include all parts of us in a tender way, in a loving and a compassionate way, and in a healthy way. That's a key component. In a healthy way, how do we integrate all the parts of us so that it helps us serve the greater good that we have within us that is just waiting to shine bright? All right, my friend, it is so great to spend another Monday with you. I'm so happy to be here and share this wonderful, beautiful wisdom from the Bhagavad Gītā this week. And yeah, I look forward to seeing your comments and interacting with you. Please join my school platform. I'd love to see you on there and get a hold of some of that free content that I have available for you in the Empowered Living community. And if you like, join my group coaching. It would be great to have you there. We meet once a week, live every week. So peace out, bless up. Remember to hold your head high and keep your heart open wide. And until next time, remember that you are loved and that you belong.